Action.
All right. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Roy. In case you've decided to watch this video, I'm going to show you how to make veggie burgers. First, David, over here, you've got 1 can of black beans. You can use any beans of your choice. You can use lentils, you can use mixed beans, whatever turns your crank. You take the beans, you drain them, you put half in a bowl, and taking a potato masher or a blender, whatever you like using, make sure half of the beans are mashed into a semi-paste. So while it doesn't take very long, as you can see, basically you want to make sure you have enough of a paste that you'll be able to form your veggie patties into patties, and hopefully they won't fall apart while cooking. So I find that's good enough. You can leave a bit of texture in there. And then, enough que j'ajoute au fèves. That's 1 egg that I add to the beans, in case Roy's watching. And then to taste, this is what we call ball mustard in my little family. I think it's actually called old style mustard, but you can use any mustard you want, and stir it up, mash a little more, make sure it's well mixed. Then I have breadcrumbs. You can use any breadcrumbs that you desire. This is a mix of Japanese style breadcrumbs and Italian flavored breadcrumbs. Doesn't matter what you use, whatever you like. Sometimes I use corn flour. Anything that you have on hand. It could be white flour, whole wheat flour, as long as you have something to thicken things. And then today I'm using chopped up green onion. You can use chopped up shallot, chopped up onion, and I'm not going to add any garlic to this because Xander does not like garlic. He gets that from his maternal great-grandfather, I beg your pardon. So mix that up, and then, I know Kathy will approve, pepper, 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 as much as you would like. I like lots of pepper, and I have to shake the pepper grinder once in a while because it gets, all right, stuck. Now, you can add the leftover beans. That's going to add your texture. And today, I am very fortunate. It is spring. I have herbs fresh from my garden. This is my rosemary. You can add any dry herbs of your choice that you guys like. Got a little oregano, a little more rosemary. It's going to be heavy on the rosemary today because I needed to trim it. Oops, is that a spider? No. I don't think so. Well, if it is, no, it's just a little bit of husk from the rosemary. It would be okay if you ate a spider. So mash up your herbs. I like to leave them nice and thick. What else could you add? You could add, I did it with mushrooms once. I chopped up leftover mushrooms, chopped them up really fine, and then added it to the mix, and it was really good. It added texture and flavor. Mix it all up again. So you can see how the beans that we mushed help bind in the egg also. Okay, so we mash it all up. What am I missing? I put that in, and you can see that I don't measure, which is good and bad. I think that's everything. So now I'll just show you one burger. This is where I switched to clean hands. So when I'm touching this right now, it feels wet. and wet's not good. Because if it's wet, your burger will fall apart. So, what do? More breadcrumbs. So if you're trying to avoid bread, this is not necessarily the recipe for you, but I don't think you guys are trying to avoid bread. Okay, so I do it again. Again, using my hands just to get the sense. Yeah, this is starting. You take a little bit of a ball like this, little amount. I take about that much, and then I see if it will. And I like to make the edges a little bit round, like thick, because it stays together better. If you have, you know, like a traditional patty where it's thin like this, it'll fall apart in your frying pan. So there we go, one veggie patty ready to be cooked, and that's pretty solid, as you can see. See, it's not falling apart. With that tonight, I will have on the side a pan of onions that I will fry, mix in with mushrooms. So we'll have fried mushrooms and onion as a topper. We've got our little traditional hamburger buns, and David will want to keep some cheese on top of his, and we'll want a bit of lactose-free cheese on his, and there we go. Bon appetit. Oh, you can show the coleslaw. We're back. Just wanted to show you, Kathy, you get a frying pan of choice. I love the cast iron pan, because I just find that it cooks a little slower and more thoroughly. But that could just be, you know, my own prejudice. So, put your burgers in as soon as your oil is hot. I put in about 2-3 tablespoons. You can use olive oil or grapeseed oil, and you can see as soon as it starts bubbling, they're ready to be put in. And then I cook them until the bottom is nice and brown, so that's maybe 5 minutes. Keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Flip them over. I will often put a lid on, turn down the heat a bit, give them 5 minutes to really cook through, and then take the lid off, turn the heat back on a little bit, and make sure they're nice and crispy. And you can add your cheese after you flip them over. And then you can make your can of onions and mushrooms, and that's it. Bon appetit.